Hi, I'm Saskia. I run the food account Sassy Foodie on Instagram. I've just graduated from Exeter University. I'm currently living in Bristol and I'm going to go through 10 quick questions about Sassy Foodie with you.
How did you grow your following as a food influencer?
I grew my following consistently over time. I've been doing this for 4 years now and I've posted almost every single day, so consistency is key and making sure that you're engaging and interacting with other blogs and foodies in the community. I think that helps, and also leveraging off bigger accounts, which sounds quite, I don't know, sounds a bit bad, but it really does help. Yeah, it sounds like I'm using them, but I did a campaign with Lad Bible and in 3 days I had 4,000 followers, so it's definitely effective. Next one, please.
Do you have any uni life advice and cooking tips?
Uni life advice. I would say don't worry if it's not living up to expectation. I think lots of people perceive it to be the best time of your life and you're meant to be socialising and partying all the time, but actually you're going to have down days, you're going to feel a bit homesick sometimes. It might be a bit awkward at the start making friends, so don't put too much pressure on yourself. And in terms of food, always have onion, garlic, ginger and chilies at hand, and also mix it up with herbs, so maybe try a new one each week, and that way you can adapt your meals and get more variety of flavours in.
What are your cupboard staples?
My cupboard staples are rice noodles, egg noodles, Indomie noodles, and noodles. Definitely noodles. I'd also say soy sauce, sriracha and sesame oil, because with those three, that's like a holy trinity. You could do so much with those, and Marmite. I think that is it.
How did you start making money from a food blog / Instagram?
I started making money from Instagram when I realised if you don't ask, you won't get. So a lot of the time, when you're asked to create content, it takes time to take the photos, it takes time to edit them, it takes time to write the captions with the campaign specifics. It also takes time and money when you're creating recipes and trialing things. So when I realised that I'm actually putting a lot of time into it, I should be paid, that's when I realised that you can actually ask for money on Instagram, and a lot of the time people do have budgets and they just don't disclose it immediately. So if you don't ask, you don't get. At the end of the day, the worst that can happen is they say no, or they just ask for a lower price. So next time you get a little gifting opportunity pop up and they require you to post, I'd ask about a budget if there is one. My favourite food is Thai tom yum soup, and I know it's not traditional, but I like putting noodles in it. All the lemongrassy, spicy, Asian, hot and sour flavours.
Oh, that's disgusting. I'm going to stop asking questions if you keep doing. Would be your desert island meal?
My desert island meal would have to be starters of a gyoza or dumpling with a dipping sauce. I'm not too fussed on the filling, just as long as they are perfectly squidgy. I also have garlic, butter, pan-fried scallops, whatever you want to call them. And my main would have to be a gigantic gargantuan massive seafood platter with like lobsters, massive prawns, mussels, smoked salmon, just everything. And on the side of that, I'd also like some sushi. And then for pudding, my boyfriend said, you can't fit pudding in after all of that. You're wrong. I'm on a desert island, I'm about to die, I'm having pudding. So it'll probably be a Lotus Biscoff cheesecake or a sticky toffee pud, and I'm indecisive. It just depends how I feel on the day.
Where do you see Sassy Foodie in 10 years' time?
Ooh, Sassy Foodie in 10 years' time, I will be 33, which is a terrifying thought. I don't know where exactly I'd like to be, but I know what I want to have happened. I'd love to work with some really cool brands. To be honest, I'd really like to work with a supermarket. I think that'd be quite fun. Sainsbury's, Waitrose, anyone, if you're watching, please hit me up. I think I'd like to try be on a podcast. I don't think I could host it, but I listen to loads of podcasts and I think it'd be quite fun to be on one. Don't really know what I talk about, I guess, but I think podcast and working with bigger brands. 33 is so old.
What are the perks of a food-based Insta?
The perks of having a food-based Insta is the relentless inspiration you have on your feed every day. I see new recipes, new ways of presenting things, and that really does influence how I cook or what ingredients I buy. So there is so much going on Instagram, and it's amazing to see how people are cooking and different presentation styles and different cuisines and stuff like that. Another perk is definitely the excitement of working with independent brands or a big brand that I'm particularly a fan of. It's just quite cool that I'd be considered for some campaigns. I just still find it very very strange, but I love it. And sometimes you get some free food, which is always fab.
What social media pressures do you face?
I think, how do I say this? I do feel the pressure of having to post every single day. I think it is bonkers that I do. But because there's so many food bloggers out there now and it's a very saturated market, I feel if you don't stay continuous and on top of things, you'll eventually slip to the bottom. So that is kind of my fear. I don't know. I just feel a pressure to make sure I'm posting really good content and posting it very frequently. And sometimes I just want beans on toast and I don't want to post. And then that's when I'm kind of scrolling through the archives trying to find something. And then I realise, why am I doing this? Just post beans on toast.
What is your favourite cocktail?
Favourite cocktail is definitely a frozen watermelon margarita. I make a banging one if I do say so myself. I'll add a little photo if I'm that technologically advanced right here. They're really yummy. I went to a restaurant called Fume in Dubai and they had one called the Desert Donkey, and it's kind of stuck in my mind forever because it has vodka, ginger beer, cranberry juice, coriander and a bird's eye chilli in it, and that sounds really strange but it tastes really nice. So I'd say those two. In terms of getting cool collabs with brands, I pester them. I will message them, I'll slide into the DMs and I will say, hello, I'm Saskia Foodie, these are my demographics, this is my reach, this is my audience, this is why I think I'd be a good fit, and I just send it to them. They haven't asked for it, I just send it to them, and honestly 9 times out of 10 it works, so don't be scared to ask because the worst they can say is no. Thank you very much Fusion students for having me on here. I hope I've provided some insight into being a foodie blogger on Instagram. And if you want to check out more recipes, please do follow me on Saskia Foodie, and thank you very much, bye!